Hey, shalom, 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 yasha Allah. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad in the four corners of the earth. It's Shah Shabbat, Shah Shabbat. You are now tuned in for another episode of the Bar4Bar, right? Our Sabbath morning class, right? We're going to get into this thing. So we're going to start uh, first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. Yahweh is the name of the Father, the Most High God, right? And Yahawashi is the name of the Son, also known as Jesus Christ in these last days, right? Bahashem is in the name. Bahashem in the name, right? So we got a interesting lesson title for you all this Sabbath, the destruction of Jericho. If you haven't read it, we're gonna get into it today, right? And this is just gonna make you want to read more. This lesson, if you haven't read it, right, or if you haven't been reading lately, this lesson should make you want to read more. Give me Isaiah 34 and 16. Let's start with that. Hebrew Israelite classic. Right. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Shout out all our members. Right, we're gonna tell you what's coming up in the near future with SOT in the events. Right. So read that for me out.
Count out of one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, beginning at verse 16.
Come on.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
And do what?
And read.
And read. So we got to be reading this thing. A lot of times we get caught up in precepting more than reading. Right? Even myself, let me turn my brightness up. Even myself, right? I get caught up in precepting more than reading. And precepting is good, right? Because precept must what? Be upon precept. But you also can't forget the latter part of that verse, which says line upon line, right? So you got to read line upon line. You got to get the context of Exodus. You got to know what went on in Joshua. You got to read the Samuels. You got to go into the prophets, right? Daniel, Habakkuk, Haggai, Zephaniah, right? Zechariah, Malachi, right? You got to go into these things, right? You have to be reading. Right, you got to read the Gospels. You got to read Paul's letters. Don't just go to Paul's letters for the precepts and try to get the cuts of you don't need only not by grace only, right? But the keeping of the law, scriptures like that. Or do we sin? Do we make void the law through faith? God forbid you only go into scriptures like that when you considering Paul. No, you got to be reading Paul's letters. You got to read the book of Corinthians, right? You got to read the book of Philippians. You have to read the whole book of Galatians, right? And then you got to go into the other epistles by the apostles. You got to go into First Peter, Second Peter. You got to go into First, Second, and Third John, right? When your spirit get built up, you got to read Revelations. Like the scriptures say, you got to eat the whole roll. It's going to be sweet and bitter. Right, referring to Ezekiel and Revelation, say that. Give me Revelations 1 and 3. Right? Give me Revelations 1, verse 3. Shalom, shalom to everybody in the chat that's tuned in. Right? Make sure you got your pen and pads for this lesson. Make sure you got your Hebrew Israelite or your Israelite thinking cap on today, too. Right? We're gonna ask, there's gonna be a lot of questions. So make sure your chat fingers is ready. There'll be some questions we asked today. And we want to see if brothers, you only gonna know these things if you've been reading. I'm telling you, right? So read that real quick.
Call that and watch the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3, and it reads, Blessed is he, Salakia, blessed is he that readeth.
Do what?
Blessed is he that readeth.
Blessed is he that readeth, right? So we have to be reading. Like we just read earlier, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail you. Is it more on that up?
Call that one.
Bring it out.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein.
So you got to hear the words of the prophecy and keep the things that are written. Well, the only way to hear the words of the prophecy is to read the prophets, right? And that'll give you a better understanding when brothers is teaching them. right? So we got to make sure we're reading in these last days, because the scriptures do say there's going to be a famine of the word.
Con.
Right? There's going to be a famine of the word, to where there's going to be a point where you can't open up your scriptures and just read it verbatim, right? So you're going to have to know accounts. You're going to have to know where something's at, right? So we got to be reading these scriptures. Right? Don't be parakeeting things. Make sure you read it and know for yourself. That's why the Bible says, study to show who approved.
Yourself.
Yourself. You're not studying to show Yaakov approved. You're not studying to show Adawan, Yahweh, all of Malachi. You're not studying for that, right? The scriptures say, study to show thyself approved, man. So that's how we got to be studying in these last days, right? To prove yourself a good workman. Right? What the scriptures say, it says a good workman, right? Excuse me. So let's jump right into this thing, man. Let me get my members, right? If you haven't already, I don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure you become a member, right, of the Sons of Thunder Israelite YouTube, man. Become a member. You go to our YouTube page. At the top right is the join button. Click the join button and you'll become a member. Your question gets answered first. You get different stickers and badges. You get discounts on feast days and high holy days, right? That's for you, right? That's for you, for your dedication and subscription to our channel and your consistency. That's what you deserve. So make sure you become a member if you're interested in those things, right? So let's start off with my first member, man. My brother said Ashar Shabbat, Shalom, SOT Thunder, right? Azariah, Zakawar, Shalom, King.
Con.
Hey, mighty brother Manasseh, Shalom, right? Hey, the house in the Kawashot in the building. She's striving. That's right. That's all we could do, sis, is strive, man. That's all we could do. Kana, Shalom, sis, Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, my mighty soldier, Abayatah, Shalom, King.
Shalom.
Shalom, Shalom. My brother with the mighty name, Makah Yawath. Shalom, Mak. Who else in the building? Hey, look at my sister Shifra in the building. It's not a member, but Shalom to my sister Shifra, man. Right? I already did Abayatah. Hey, sister Jacqueline, Shalom. Hey, sister Dina, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Yawasak on the scene, Shalom, King. I think that's all our members, right? I know more brothers and sisters shall be rolling in soon, right? So like I said earlier, if you haven't already, make sure you become a member, right? Make sure you become a member of our YouTube channel. Also, make sure you become a member of the Patreon.
Con.
You got to become a member of the Patreon, man. There is good content on there. There's good PDFs, right? Cutting different doctrines, right? Hebrew lessons. Make sure you become a member of the Patreon. We have different tiers. You just pick the one that you feel as you can afford, right? Also, if you haven't checked us out yet, check us out on Fanbase, right? We did the mighty exodus from the Clubhouse app to the Fanbase camps, basically, right? They don't call them houses no more. They call them camps. We already know where they got that from. Israelite camps. This is all we know that. Come on. We know they be in there listening. It's just a fact, right? So make sure you follow us on Fanbase, right? It's basically almost a 24-hour podcast of just Israelites kicking doctrine, you know, and it's in unity, right? We got brothers of different congregations in there just kicking doctrine, right? So follow us on the Fanbase. And then if you haven't already, make sure you go and grab this game, and let's cue it up.
Call your family, call your friends. It's time to play the game, The Truth of Yah. Learning the Bible has never been more engaging. The game that's guaranteed to increase your biblical knowledge, renew minds, and save lives. Grab your Bible and don't forget your Apocrypha. Loads of fun for everyone. The Truth of Yah board game helps build up the poor in spirit, build character, gain wisdom, show what you know or find out what you didn't know. Gain confidence. Line upon line, precept upon precept, make the Truth of Yah a part of your home today. Come on, what are you waiting for? Join the fun today.
Kind all praises. Okay, kind. It's a lot. Okay, all praises. All right. So if you haven't already, you know, go and get the game. Also, too, if you want to come to Feast of Trumpets. Let me pull that up real quick. Let me pull that up.
Tabernacles on the one.
Sorry, Tabernacles. We just did Trumpets. It's still on my mind, man. Trumpets was beautiful, man. The lesson was excellent, man. To see the brothers in unity, right? Doing the lesson, vibing, chilling. It was just beautiful, man. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Brother said, I don't see the join button. Let me see. Let me make sure it's still up there. Hold on. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Yeah, it's right next to subscription on my computer. I'm on my computer, though. So it's right next to the subscription. I'll show you real quick for brothers and sisters that's thinking of joining. Right, it's right here. Can y'all see the screen? Can y'all see that? All right, so that's where you would join it right there. All right, all praises, all praises. All right, so let me pull up Tabernacles real quick. Hey, this is a must, man. You gotta be keeping the feast of the Lord. Right, we can't be playing around with that. We can't just be doing it when we want, when we feel like it. We have to be keeping these feasts of the Lord. The Most High said, "Get in the tent for 7 days." So, what you doing? Got messages in the back. Salak. Here we go. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see my screen? Okay, Khan, right? So Sons of Thunder Israelites, Feast of Tabernacles, man, Feast of Tabs, right? Feast of Ingathering, September 29th. That's a Friday at even to October 2nd, right? If you want to join for individuals and couples, it's $150. For families, max party of 5 is $250, right? And then we have special price for select YouTube members and VIP and executive Patreon members. If you want to RSVP, please email us at Sons of Thunder Israelites. The email is right here. Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. Right? Put in your subject, RSVP, Tabernacles, and then write, my name is such and such, party of such and such, right? To make it easier. So in the subject, make sure you put RSVP Tabernacles, so we know, right? It makes it easier that way. So when we scan in the email, we just see yours first, right? So make sure you getting prepared for that, right? Make sure you're getting prepared for that. All right, so let's jump right into this thing.
Salak, Adam.
Go ahead, King.
So if you are trying to keep Tabernacles in another state outside of Atlanta, please in that subject also put the area of your location that you wishing to hold Tabernacles with it. So if you're trying to hold Tabernacles in Atlanta, put Atlanta. If you're trying to hold Tabernacles in DC, put DC. That way we know where you're actually trying to go.
All right, so we got Tabernacles in ATL, DC, and Alabama, right? So we got 3 locations for you to join us at Tabernacle. So like the brother said, if you want to go to a certain location, put the location that you're wanting to attend, right? The brother said any SOT in Phoenix, not yet, right? We just started the prospect phase. If you want to be a brother, to possibly start that, get built up in the spirit, become a captain, and then you can start SOT Phoenix if that's in your spirit. Go ahead, King.
I believe Texas G is a sister on one.
Oh, Texas G. I'm sorry. That is a sister. You right. You right. Texas G. That is a sister. My bad, sis. Right, but not yet, sis. The closest we got is Cali to you. My bad, sis. Yep, she said a sister. It's a lot. The closest we got is Cali to you, sis. So not yet. Not yet. But you should come to Tabernacle, sis. You should definitely come to Tabernacles and join us. You'll love it. Trust me, sis. It's my favorite feast. I know it's a lot of the other brothers' favorite feast. Being around Israel, got the babies running around. We spiritual, we praying, we eating together, 3 days camping together. I'm waking up and I just get to see Israelites, man. Right? Wake up and just get to see Israelites. So that's the beauty of it. D-Don, I know. I don't think we got any brothers in Delaware at the moment.
You not too far from us in DC. Come on down.
Hey, he said, come on down, right? You just got the invite, man. There's no excuses. Hey, we did that lesson. No more excuses. Right? Hey, we're gonna give an invite, and if you're close enough, you don't gotta go every week, but hey, once a month, every other month, you gotta be trying to pull up, man. You gotta be trying to, join the body. All join. Got my tent ready. Hey, he said he got his tent ready. We wake up and not see Esau. That's the best thing, sis. Wake up and not seeing Esau. Listen, the spirit with that one. All right, so let's jump right into it. Bar4Bar, the destruction of Jericho. Right? The destruction of, yes, any SOT in Florida. I'm in Florida. What city you in? I'm in Bahamas, outside the country, so it's me by myself. Hey, we building up brothers in the Bahamas, Lord willing. So you just gotta, if brothers want to join the organization, send that email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. And no matter where you at, we can build you up. And if it's in your spirit to become a black shirt or a captain, hey, you'll get built up and you'll be able to teach. And this brother said he in Wellington. I went to Wellington High School. That's crazy, right? That's the spirit. You definitely need to send an email. Like, we're going to get it. So we got to get something moving in Palm Beach, right? He said he's in Wellington. That's the high school I went to, King. So he probably went to that high school as well if he's from out there. All right, so send an email out, sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com, and just put you in Florida, and then we can get in contact. Right? We can get in contact. All praises to the Lord. All right, so let's get into this thing. Destruction of Jericho, right? Destruction of Jericho. And we're gonna tie this thing in to the fall of Babylon, right? We're gonna tie the destruction of Jericho into the fall of Babylon. Right, so let's jump right into it. I want to pull this up for y'all. I want to give y'all a visual of where we at when we saying the destruction of Jericho or Jericho, right? I want to pull this visual up for y'all. Right? Can y'all see that?
All
right. So we got all the tribes from Judah and Simeon, Dan, Benjamin, Reuben, right? Manasseh, Zebulun, right? Dan, Gad, right? So let's get Jericho. Let's get it real quick. So Jericho is going to be right here. So when we speaking of the destruction of Jericho, we basically in the land of Benjamin, right? In the land of Benjamin, right? So this is before it was called a land of Benjamin. We had to go in and conquer these places, right? When you read in the book of Joshua, you see we conquering Jericho, Gibeon, right? Lachish, we're conquering these places. Hebron, we're conquering all these places. All these places we had to go and conquer, right? Right? Joshua is noted for conquering 31 kings, man. 31. When you read, what is that? Let me get that real quick. Let me get that. I think that's Joshua 12. Let me see. In the king, all 31 kings, right? Yeah, Joshua 12. And read the last verse. I don't want to read all of them. Okay, get Joshua 12 and let's read verse 7. Joshua 12 and verse 7.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 12, beginning at verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel smote on this side Jordan on the west.
Okay, so stop right there. So these are the kings who Joshua and the children of Israel did smote on this side Jordan. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. The king of Tisra won all the kings 30-1.
So 30-1 kings Joshua smote, man. Right? That's mighty, man. That's a mighty brother. 30-1 kings, man. And you got to think about Joshua's only 24 chapters. All right, so by the 12th chapter, Joshua already got 31 kings under his bag. Right? He got 31 kings under his belt. That remind me of the Transformers, right? The new Transformer in the Decepticon, when he killed each different group, right, of Transformers, he would take their badge off and put it on them. I don't know if y'all watched the new Transformers, right? Hey, that's what we did. We took their badges, man. We took their cities, man. burnt them things to the ground. Where can I find this map? This map, the website is up top, but it's Maps Master Archaeology. What I really just typed in is a map of Joshua. Map of Joshua, and it came right up. And this is an excellent map, right? So again, the destruction of Jericho, we're right here. We're right here in the land, right? Right here in the land of Benjamin, right? So let's get right into it. Let's jump right into it. All right, let me pull that down. All right, let's go back. Joshua chapter 5. Joshua chapter 5. And I want to start at, let's start at Jericho. Let's start at 13. Let's start at Joshua chapter 5, verse 13. Hold on, the brother said, what was that verse? That was Joshua 12. We read verse 7 and verse 24, right? Okay, verse 7 and verse 24. Matter of fact, let's do a trivia for the people real quick. Trivia. Let's go back to this map. Let's pull this map back up. Out of all the tribes, kings are trophies for Joshua. That's right. That's mighty. Kings are trophies, right? All right. Out of all, I want y'all to listen good. Out of all the tribes, which tribes got their land first? There's 3 of them, right? Out of all the tribes, and this map kind of, if you know the history or if you can visualize it, the map is kind of cheating already. But you got to know how to see it.
God.
Ask it again. Which tribes got their land first? There's 3 of them. Let me zoom out of the map. Let me zoom. The map is cheating. Yo, the map is cheating right now. The map is cheating. Right? Okay, Reuben. Hey, Yahawashi said Reuben, Simeon, and Gad. The Kawashai, is he right? He's not right. You close though. Hey, he close, ain't he? He is close. He is very Reuben. Mr. said Reuben is 1, right? Reuben, somebody cheating. Somebody shouldn't have answered, but they right though. You see the right answer in the chat?
Sister Yediah.
Sister Yediah in the building, right? Reuben, half tribe Manasseh, and Gad. Right? That's right. Half Manasseh. And that's why I said the map is cheating. Because if you know the journey of us coming out of the wilderness, we kind of went, what would that be? The east? That'll be the east, because we the west. We came up on the east side of Israel. So let me pull up the map. Right? We came up on this side, right? When we was coming up out of the wilderness. Right, coming up on this side. So that's why I say the map is cheating, because Manasseh, Gad, and Benjamin, this land was established for them. Right? And so they're on the other side of Jordan, right? When you look at the map, let me see if I can find it. They have the Jordan Sea. They gotta have it on. Where is the Jordan? The Jordan is probably up in here. Wow, they don't have the Jordan on here. This is not a great map. How do you not have? Am I missing it? Do y'all see it? If the Jordan is not on here, family, this is not as great a map as I thought. Because you need the Jordan. But I'm pretty sure this is the Jordan. I'm pretty sure. Right? All this going up. And then you got some side banks and rivers. If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure. Let me get it. If brothers and sisters don't know, right? If you turn to the back of your Bible, this is all education, right? You turn to the back of your Bible, you got maps, right? If you turn to the back of your Bible, you have maps, see? So at the back of everyone's Bible, you have a map, right? So when I look at my map, I'm correct, right? I'm correct. This would be the Jordan River right here. Right, close to Gilgal and close to Jericho, close to Ai. You got to read the story when we went into Ai and conquered that place too with Joshua. Right. All right, so let's jump into it. right? It's by more, right? I named the top of the dome. I was reading Josh Khan, all praises, all praises. Another brother got it. Reuben, Gad, Manasseh, right? Reuben, Dan. Nope, not Dan, sis. Not Dan. Yeah, see, but we got some of the right answers. Brothers are close. Brothers and sisters are close, though, right? Hey, another one. Let's get one more for him, Akim, before we dive into this thing. This is just history, right? Since we in the book of Joshua and getting the history. What two? Actually, let's get that precept first to prove that for the people. Let's get that precept. Go to Joshua 1. Go to Joshua 1. Verse 12.
Khan at 1. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, beginning at verse 12. And to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to half tribe, Salakia, and to half the tribe of Manasseh,
right?
Joshua saying.
So this is the tribes that got their land first. Okay. Right? Jump to verse 15. Well, keep reading on down.
Remember the word which Moses, the servant of Yahweh, commanded you, saying, Yahweh, your power, have given you rest and have given you this land.
So he's given us that. So he gave them this land that we see on the screen where you see Reuben and Gad, right? He's giving them that land. On this side, Jordan, though, right? And you read that account in Numbers 32, the whole chapter. Numbers 32, the whole chapter, you'll see why they got that land first. It was a beautiful land. They liked the land. They asked Moses, hey, and the Most High granted that land to them, right? In a nutshell, right? But there was one clause out of it.
That's right.
You got your land first. However, you still got to go to war. Like, you're not about to just get your land and then chill while the rest of the tribes go fight. No, you got to go fight too. And then we could read that. Keep reading.
Verse 14. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side Jordan.
Come on.
But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them.
And help them, right? So you can't just get your land and you think you're about to chill. No, it's not going down like that. It's not going down like that, right? So another question, trivia, man, trivia, right? Should I get names too? I'm gonna do names. What was that Numbers chapter? That was Numbers 32. Numbers 32. Read the whole chapter and you'll see why Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe Manasseh got their land first.
They had some soldiers too, boy.
Yeah, some mighty soldiers, man. Talking about Gad, man, that's a troop. That's right. Reuben, hey, these mighty brothers. Right. So now another trivia question. What two bodies of water did the Most High split? I'm gonna say it again. Is that the right way to ask that, Nakawashai?
God.
What two bodies of water? Yedaya, don't answer this question. What two bodies of water did Yahweh split? Right?
And who split them?
And who split them? And who split them? Right? Let me make the map big again. Let me see if it shows in the map. Everybody already know one. Right? Everybody already knows one. What two bodies of water did Yahweh power split? And who split them? We already know one. Right? We know the Red Sea. We know Israel, Exodus, we walked through the Red Sea. I'm guaranteed that everybody in this chat knows that.
God.
What's the second? Wait a minute. I see some. Okay, so I said Euphrates. Nah, not the Euphrates. Not the Euphrates. Ooh, brothers is hitting it on the money. Big L. Shalom, Big L. Jordan and the Red Sea. Heavy. Right? Who was it? Ariel got it. Jordan River.
God.
Right? Mikhail. Red Sea, Moses, Jordan River, Joshua. And they missing the one. That's right. The Jordan River with the 12 stones, right? Red Sea, Moses, Joshua did, right? Red Sea and Jordan River, priests with the ark. That's right. Let's get the account. But y'all missing one mighty brother.
God.
Hey, and the Kawashah had to remind me of this one, right? The Kawashah had to remind me of this one. So let's get the splitting. So we already know in the Exodus, Moses split the Red Sea up on and we walked straight through, right? With all the families of Israel. Now let's get that Jordan River, because a lot of people don't know this one. A lot of people don't know. That's why you have to read, because if you don't read, you won't know the account. Let's read that out. Joshua, I want you to start. I mean, it's chapter 4. But I don't want to read the whole thing. Read verse. Start at verse 4.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 4, beginning at verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then Joshua called the 12 men, whom he had prepared of the children of Israel, out of every tribe a man.
Mm-hmm.
And Joshua said unto them, pass over before the ark of Yahweh your power into the midst of Jordan, and take ye up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder.
Right, so every tribe got a stone. Now read.
According unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel,
mm-hmm.
that this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying,
Come on,
what mean ye by these stones?
Come on.
Then ye shall answer them, that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of Yahweh.
So the waters of Jordan were cut off, meaning they were split. If we read chapter 3, we'll get how there was on 2. We'll get to see that, but we're just getting to the point here. Read on.
And these stones shall be for a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. And the children of Israel did so as Joshua commanded, and took up 12 stones out of the midst of Jordan, as Yahweh spake unto Joshua, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and carried them over with them unto the place where they lodged, and laid them down there.
Right.
And Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests which bear the ark of the covenant stood, and they are there unto this day.
And those stones are there unto this day, meaning the time that this was written, right? So we passed. So again, that Jordan River that we looked at earlier, we walk right through that. If you want the whole account, read chapter 3. Matter of fact, you got to read the book of Joshua. You got to read the book of Joshua, right? So we got Joshua, we got Moses, and then I seen it in the chat. My brother Yahawashi got it. Was it Elijah or was it Elisha though?
God.
Was it Elijah or Elisha?
Close.
Elisha split the Jordan River too.
That's right.
Let's get that account.
God.
Let's get that account.
That's
now, while we getting this account, I want y'all to think about this. It's another trivia question coming back to back, both of them, right? I want y'all to think about this. What was inside the Ark of the Covenant? Book, chapter, verse now. What is inside the Ark of the Covenant? Book, chapter, verse. All right, read what you got out.
Con, this is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 2, beginning at verse, we start at verse 13.
Con.
He took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and smote the waters, and said, where is Yahweh power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither.
And they parted hither and thither. So even Elisha smote the water with Elijah's God. That's how you know how powerful Elijah. His garment was powerful, man.
That's right.
Right? His garment was powerful. He took that garment and smote the water, and the water split, man. The water split. That's beautiful, man. So those are our 3, right? We got Moses, Joshua, and Elisha, and these are powerful brothers, man. Powerful brothers, right? So that's those are our 3. And hey, these are lessons and these are stories that you should read with your kids. You got to read the account of Joshua. Your kids, right? If you are trying to know what you're trying to teach your kids something, have them remember the 10 plagues. Right? Have them know the plagues, right? He said I didn't get the 2 Kings precept. 2 Kings, what was it? 2 and 13 you start at?
13 through 14.
Yeah.
13 through 14. There we go. Right. He put it in the chat. Right. Hey, your kids should know that story when the Most High split the Jordan River. Your children should know Elisha and Elijah, some of the greatest prophets to ever live, man. Right? You gotta know that. Hey, look, and then look at this one. Look at this one. Go to verse 8. Go to verse 8. Because this is the reason why it was able to happen.
That's right.
Read that.
And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither. So they too went over on dry ground.
Bingo.
God.
So we got the 4. Elijah, Elisha, Joshua, Moses. That's mighty acts.
That's right.
Those are mighty brothers and mighty acts that they carried out. Brothers got to read those accounts. Brothers got to read those accounts. All right. Let's go back to the first question we asked now. First, let's go. Hey, it's going to be a lot of trivia in this class. A lot of trivia, and you got to be reading and know, right? So back to the original, the question of the ark. What is inside the ark? I know brothers was looking for that Elijah and Elisha scripture, right? So they probably insisted as well. So they probably couldn't think of both, right? Understandable. What was inside the ark? Right? The testimony. What testimony? What testimony? Right? Sister Dina said Exodus 25 and 10. Let's read that for sis. Exodus 25:10. She said the commandments. Lord Gamma. Hey, shout out to Fort Myers in the building, man. Shout out to Fort Myers in the building, man. Lord Gamma, man, in the building, right? Let's read that for sister real quick.
Con, I got it.
Con.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 25 and verse 10, and it reads, And they shall make an ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold. Within and without shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make it upon a crown of gold round about.
Come on.
And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it.
Get to the point. What is the point of that? Because there's a point there, like what's inside. Is it 16?
God.
Look at verse 16. I'm not looking at it, but I think it's verse 16. Because that's describing how it was made, right? That's describing how it was made.
I don't think that's the point I want.
25. 16, yep.
16. Okay, come. Verse 16. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee.
There you go. Hey, Lord Gamma hit it right on the head, though. Right? Shout out to my brother. Right? Let's go to that. And then he posted it right here. So what's inside? So a lot of brothers was getting it right, and the sisters, right? Manna, Aaron's rod that budded, and the 10 Commandments. Let's read that.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, beginning at verse 4, which had the golden censer and the ark.
Start at 3.
Verse 3. And after the second veil, the tabernacle, which is called the holiest of all.
See, hey, that's something brothers got and sisters got to read too. You got the first veil and then the second veil. I didn't even have this question prepared. Who can go into the second veil? Who can go back there? And when does he go back there? She said, I'll take a half a point. Sis, you got a half a point, sis. Sis got a half a point. Right? Who can enter into that second veil? There you go. The high priest. When, though? When? Brother put it in the Hebrew for you. Hey, they got to know what that is, They got to know what that is. Right? Brother put it in the Hebrew for you. Let me post that real quick. Bingo. Bingo. The Day of Atonement. Right? The Day of Atonement is when you go back into that second verse. So that's something we got to read. Right? We got the Day of Atonement coming up this Sunday at even. Right. Not tomorrow, but the following. Not this Sunday, but the Sunday coming up. Right? Sunday after. It's the Day of Atonement. That's when the high priest will go in to the Holy of Holies, right?
That's right.
So you got to know that.
Lord Gamma on it.
He on it, right? All right, that brother been cheating. He Googling. He Google quick, don't he? Hey, you can tell when somebody, that brother is Googling fast, man. All right, read. Keep going. Keep reading on that.
Verse 4, which had the golden censer and the ark of the covenant overlaid round about with gold, wherein was the golden pot that had manna.
There you go. So the manna, read.
And Aaron's rod that budded.
Come on.
And the tables of the covenant.
Brother said, he ain't Googling. So you had Aaron's rod that budded, the manna, and then what was the last one? Read it again for the people.
And the tables of the covenant.
And the tables of the covenant, meaning the 10 Commandments, right? Oh, hey, here's another one. This is just biblical trivia. When did the manna stop? When did the children of Israel stop eating manna? All right, Lord Gamma, where you at? He Googling. I know he Googling right now. Y'all, what's up? You Googling too. Ariel, he knows some stuff, but I know he Googling too. These brothers is Googling. Right? Shout out to my Akim in the chat, man. When did the manna stop? When did the children of Israel stop eating manna? The 40th year? Now, they might got me on that because I'm not sure if it says 40th year. I'll be fair. I'm that kind of teacher. If I'm not sure, I'm like, I got to go look at the book. I'm going to go look at the book. The 40th year. Now, let me see. Let me see if it say that. Let me check to see if y'all right. Y'all got to post the precept. Post the precept, the 40th year. I mean, I know why you said that because we was in the wilderness for 40 years. Obviously, I know that, right? So y'all right there. But I want the precept. Yeah, I want the precept. When did Israel get circumcised before going into? Don't be asking no questions. Don't be asking no questions. That's a good question too, though. That's a good question too. That's all Joshua. That's right. That's right. The 40th year. So brother's right. The 40th year. Right. Let's read it real quick. Joshua 5. And let's read 11 because they kept Passover too.
That's right.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 5 and verse 11, and it reads, and they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the self same day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they eaten of the old corn of the land.
So, hey, look, there you have it. The manna ceased then. So in the time of Joshua, the manna ceased. Right after Passover, the manna ceased. Read on. And the children?
And the children of Israel, Salakia. Neither had the children, Salakia, neither had the children of Israel manna anymore, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year.
Right, so we didn't eat manna no more. Right, so the manna ceased. So that was good trip. Hey, brothers are sharp. Hey, brothers and sisters are sharp. Our brothers and sisters are sharp. Man, if you feel like, hey, I'm not that sharp, I don't know, right? Hey, guess what you gotta do? You gotta go read. And guess what? This is actually fun too, right? Because you want to know these things. So, hey, we got more questions. Just put it in the chat. If you don't type some in the chat, guess what? You're already wrong because you're not trying. We doing this lesson together. If I ask a question and one of the brothers asks a question and you don't type something in the chat, you're already wrong, right? But if you try, there's nothing wrong with that. I was told that manna is the word. Yahawashi is that bread of life. Yes, Yahawashi is that bread of life, sis. Right? Yahawashi is that bread of life. But again, right? If you're not trying, if you're not typing, you wrong already. But if you type something in the chat, hey, you trying. That's all we can ask. That's right. We gotta be trying. So let's get right into it. Joshua 5, verse 14.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 5, beginning at verse 14. And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of Yahweh, I am now come.
Salakia, start at 13.
Verse 13. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us or for our adversaries?
That's a good statement. Got a sword drawn. Are you for me or are you for my adversaries? What you doing here right now? Read on.
And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of Yahweh am I now come.
But now he understands. I'm the captain of the host, man. This is an angel of God. Read on.
And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship.
Wait a minute. So now, since Joshua worshiped the captain of the host, is the captain of the host now Yahweh? I thought we can only worship Yahweh. No, he's the captain of the host. That's not Yahweh. Keep going.
And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant?
Come on.
And the captain of the host of Yahweh's host said, and the captain of Yahweh's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoes from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy.
Now I want to get the chat's opinion. Who do y'all think the captain of the host is? Who do you think the captain of the host is? That word means to show respect. That's right. He reverenced the captain of the host. Just like if the captain of the host came to you, you better get the reverence. You talking about he said, take your shoes off. You looking like, why I gotta take my shoes off? Ain't no why, ain't no questioning, right? None of that. All right, you die. You can get back in the game. You let her get back in the game. All right. All right, let's see what brother's saying. Yahawashi, Christ. Yahweh can't be Yahweh. Christ, Michael, Yahawashi, right? Michael, Yahawashi, Michael, same language as the burning bush, very similar. Uriel, will we be like in the time of Moses in the wilderness in Christ? We can answer that. I'm gonna start that. We'll answer that later. Right. So we got a couple. Let's do this first before we reveal it. Before we reveal what SOT will teach, we're gonna teach it in all fairness and earnesty. But before we reveal it, what are all the angels' names in the scriptures? What are their names? 2 was already mentioned. What are their names? Now 3 was mentioned. What are the angels' names that was mentioned in the Bible? Right? Who knows? There's 4. I'm gonna give y'all a hint. There's 4 of them. Hey, they already in the chat. They're in the chat now.
Okay.
Right? So we got Michael. We got Uriel. We got Gabriel. And then the brothers put Raphael. Let's get them. Raphael, Gabe, Uriel, and Mike. Right? Con. Brothers and sisters is on point. Let's get them. Let's go to Tobit. Let's go to Tobit 12 and 15. Let's get them so you know where they're at, and we're going to get their names in the paleo and the meaning.
God, this is the book of Tobit, chapter 12, beginning at verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels.
Now that's heavy too, because we only mentioned 4, but Raphael said there's 7 of me.
That's right.
There's 7 holy angels. Right? Keep going.
Which present the prayers of the saints, and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One.
So they present the prayers of the saints. We know we are the saints, and they go in and out before the Holy One, meaning Yahweh. Brother, stop texting in the chat. Hold on real quick. All right. Right. So Raphael, who knows what Raphael means? When I looked it up in the paleo, it said Rapa Ya'ala. I'll put it in the chat. Rapai. Allah. Right? I looked it up in the paleo. Hey, Malachi, if you in here, fact check that one. That was the only one I wasn't 100% sure. I was like 90 to 80% on that one. But I'm pretty sure that's it. Rapa Ya'ala. Right? Raphael, meaning what? God healed. That's right. God healed. So what I did was I couldn't find, we don't have obviously the concordance or Strong's concordance for Tobit. So I had to use this book right here. And I had to look for the word heal. And it was Rapa. So R-A-P-A. Rapa is healed. And then we know God, Allah or Ya'ala, right? So it's Rapa Ya'ala when you put it together. God has healed or God healed. Let's get the next one. Let's get Uriel. Let's go to Second Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 36. My God healed. That's right. I said that's my middle name. All praises. All right. Second Esdras 36. Go ahead.
This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 4, verse 36, and it reads, and unto these things Uriel, the archangel, gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance.
Right. So Uriel is another archangel. And it means what? I put it right there. God is my light. Awar Ya'ala. Awar is light. Allah is God. Put it together. Light God. God is my light. So that's a beautiful Hebrew name. Awar Ya'ala. That's a good name. Right? Yeah, you see that? Yeah, that's a mighty name. That's mighty, y'all. That's mighty right there. That's mighty. Right? Let's get Gabriel. Let's go to Luke. Hey, brothers, hey, that's a good case because Gabriel was the one telling like, hey, Yahawashi is coming. Yeah, that's mighty. Like, look at him. Like, look at that angel, his work. Like, look at the works of these angels, right? You got Raphael with Tobit. You got Uriel breaking deep, hard, dark sayings to Esdras. Then you got Gabriel. Hey, Yahawashi, he's in your belly. The Son of God is coming. He's in your belly. Right? Through Joshua, the father of Yahawashi, right? So let's read that. Everybody should know what this one means. Come on.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, beginning at verse 19. And the angel answering said unto him, I am Gabriel, that stand in the presence of God.
That's heavy. I am Gabriel, that standeth in the presence of Yahweh, man. Right? And that's the same thing Raphael said. Hey, we go in and out before the Most High. Right? Gabriel means God is my strength, or warrior of God, or strength of God, depending on how you can render it. What I said, Joshua, yes, my bad, brothers ain't correct me. Joseph, the water, because we reading Joshua. Joseph, though. Joseph is the father of Christ. Stand corrected. The brother's gonna clip that. I might be on TikTok somewhere, but we corrected it. Right? God is my warrior. Right? That's another mighty one. And then let's get Daniel 12. Daniel 12. Daniel 12 at the top.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, starting from the top. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
Hey, this is a breakdown. The great prince. Hey, this is that's a breakdown right there, right? But Michael, we won't get into it for time's sake. But Michael is what? Another archangel, right? Micah Allah, meaning who is like God. That name is insane.
God.
Who is like God? That name is insane. That's a beautiful name as well, man. So those is 4 names brothers could look into if you have sons, right? Or if you need a Hebrew name. Right? So let's go back. Let's go back to Joshua. Right? Let's read verse 14 one more time.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 5, still at verse 14. And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of Yahweh am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship.
Right? So the captain of the host has come and he did worship him. Who do we think that is? We would say that's probably Michael. That's probably Michael. However, I read some commentaries this morning. I've been looking at it. The commentaries are between Michael and Yahawashi. The commentaries are between Michael and Yahawashi. However, everybody in the chat, all 91 people, let's be fair. Does it say who that is? So we can only assume. So if you're fair and genuine, it does. You can use precepts. You can go here. You can go there. Fine. Of course, precept must be upon precept, and you can get an understanding. But if you be fair, it does not say. So you can almost stand on. We don't know who that is, but through the precepts, it could be Micah Allah, right? Because in Daniel 12, he's going to be that great prince to stand up for us in the last days. So he could be the captain of the host who stands up and takes us into the battle. Or obviously, Yahawashi, the King of Kings, our Lord of Lords, it could be him too, right? He said, the brother, we could get some opinions. Nothing wrong with that. He said, I would say Yahweh or Christ because of the worship and the language removing of the shoes. Yeah, because that's very similar to what? The angel of the Lord, right? In the burning bush. Right? The same kind of language. That's what the commentary was saying too. Some commentaries were saying Christ because of that reason, similar language. Right. And then someone was saying was Michael because he's going to be the one to stand up for us and fight. Right. So if we be fair, it doesn't say, but you can use precepts to come up with a great conclusion. Right. But in SOT, we teach what is written. So if it doesn't necessarily say, we can only assume who it is. That's right. Let's keep going. Chapter 6 now. Let's get into the destruction of Jericho now and how we destroyed this great city. Right. Let's get it.
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 6, beginning at verse 1. Now Jericho was straitly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out and none came in.
And so you got to think about that. We shut the city up. So we basically surrounded the city. You're not coming out and you can't go in. We about to surround this place, man. Right? Come on.
And Yahweh said unto Joshua, see, I have given into thine hand Jericho, and the king thereof, and the mighty men of valor.
Come on.
And ye shall compass the city, all ye men of war, and go round about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days.
So the commandment of the Lord was, y'all gonna go around the city each time once for 6 days. Right? Come on.
And 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horn.
Another trivia question. What is the other horn other than the ram's horn? What is the other horn? Right? Or trumpet. Well, that kind of gave it away.
Okay.
That kind of gave it away right there. I definitely gave it away. Right? Well, let me see if people can get it though. They'll figure it out. Right? Who knows it? The silver trumpet. There you go. Numbers 10. Let's read that. Let's get Numbers 10. All right, this lesson, it was actually inspired because of blowing of the trumpets, man. That's why I was looking at this. So let's go to Numbers 10. Let's start at verse 1.
Okay.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 10, starting at verse 1.
So you got the ram's horn, you got the silver horn, and then, a Benjamin, in the islands, if you get the conch shell, you can blow the conch shell too. Brothers know how to do that. But I just learned how to do that. Come on, keep going.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps.
So it's a whole one piece of silver. LOZ has one. When you go to their headquarters, they got a whole silver and the brother blows. Right? Keep going.
Verse 3, and when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Come on.
And if they blow but with 1 trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee.
So 1 blow, right, with the trumpet, the princes and the heads of Israel, they got to come. So the trumpet blower got an important job. You can't be out there not knowing what you're doing. Brothers be, no, we can't. That thing got to be loud and accurate and on point for the right calling, right? Come on.
Verse 5, when ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forward.
Right, so there's a different blow probably. So you got the blow to call the princes in the heads, but then you got the blow for the alarm, right? So it can't be time for war or it's time to blow the alarm and you blow the sound to get the princes and the heads of Israel to come in. Now you about to get our leaders destroyed. So that's an important job that you have. Read on.
Verse 6, when ye blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm.
Right, you shall blow. So there's a difference for sounding the alarm and then just blowing the trumpet. Right, so you got an alarm sound and then you got just to blow. Read on.
Verse 8, and the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpet, and they shall be to you an ordinance forever throughout your generations.
Come on, so and that's the priest jobs. Read.
Verse 9, and if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies.
So think about it. This is why we're blowing the trumpet in these last days. Read verse 9 again. When we blow the trumpet in the new moon, when we blew the trumpet for blowing of the trumpet, which is a new moon, and you just blowing the trumpet before camp, this is what we're doing. Read on. Well, read verse 9 again, not?
God, verse 9. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you.
Now, obviously, we're not in our land, but we are at war.
God.
A very spiritual war and soon to be physical. Read on.
Then ye shall,
against our oppressor at that, come on, in their land.
Then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets. And ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies.
So when you blow in the trumpet, it's for Yahweh to remember you so we can be saved from our enemies. Isn't that the same terminology with Yahawashi? Luke 1:68? To redeem us from our who? Our enemies.
That's right.
That's why Yahweh said this. Give me Amos 3:16. Amos 3:6.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, beginning at verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
And we about to see that in Joshua. That trumpet is going to be blown in the city, and these people are going to be afraid. Come on.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it?
And shall there be that's a mighty saying. Shall there be some evil in the city, and Yahweh not done it? So all them 31 kings, them cities that Joshua had to go into, Yahweh did that through the captain of the host. You can't forget that. That's why he showed up. It didn't say he just showed up. It said the captain of the host showed up with a spear. Right? So he's going to go out and fight for you. Right? Keep going up.
Surely Yahweh your power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
He's going to reveal his secrets to the servants, the prophets. And we are the prophets in these last days. Speaking of prophets of old, prophecies of old. Right? Let's go back to Joshua. So we got, let's recap real quick. So we got the Most High told Joshua, you're going to go into Jericho. You're going to take the land. You're going to march around it for 6 days, one time. And then on the 7th day, we're going to find out what's going to happen. All right, let's go out.
Verse 5. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when ye hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down flat. And all the people shall ascend up, every man straight before him.
And that's heavy, right? So that's your sound of war. It just told you the blast with the ram's horn. So when you blowing that trumpet and it's time for war, you got to blast.
That's right.
Got to be blowing that thing from the gut, man. Right? You can't be, we can't hear you out. Got to be blowing that thing from the belly, man. Right? Read on.
And Joshua, the son of Nun, called the priests and said unto them, take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horn before the ark of the Lord.
So we got the ark, and then we got our ram's horn, 7 of them, right? Yes, we will be in 5 points today at 3 o'clock. Harry James, Khan. Keep going.
And he said unto the people, pass on and compass the city, and let him that is armed pass on before the ark of Yahweh. And it came to pass, when Joshua had spoken unto the people, that the 7 priests bearing the 7 trumpets of ram's horn passed on before Yahweh, and blew with the trumpets, and the ark of the covenant of Yahweh followed them.
Right, so they had the ark, and then they had the 7 trumpets, right? You got to envision this, man. And the reason I said we have to envision it, because it's going to happen again.
That's right.
Right? By our hands, another city will fall. So we got to envision that, man, how the Most High is going to set up the priest. You're going to have the Ark of the Covenant. Yahawashi probably leading us out. That's captain of the host. Or you might have Micah Allah leading us out, right? And all the men of valor, the men of war, right? Ready to go take this place down. Because that's how they feel. And we about to take this place down, man. We're about to destroy this place. This is mine now. Thank you. The land of flowing with milk and honey, that's mine now. Right? Read on.
And the armed men went before the priest that blew with the trumpet.
Hey, that's why the scripture said the Most High is a man of war.
That's right.
Right? Keep going on.
And the armed men went before the priest that blew with the trumpets. And the reward came after the ark. The priest going on and blowing with the trumpets.
Come on.
And Joshua commanded the people, saying, Ye shall not shout, nor make any noise with your voice, neither shall any word proceed out of your mouth, until the day I bid you shout. Then shall ye shout.
Now let's envision that. It's a bunch of Israelites walking around my city, or Jericho. They walking around, well, we're walking around Jericho, right? And we ain't saying nothing. Brothers just blowing the trumpet. We ain't saying nothing. We just blowing the trumpet, right? Don't say a word. Don't make a shout. We probably in order. Brothers marching at the same step, right? Brothers head straight. We in the perfect alignment, right? Levi blowing the trumpet. You got other brothers holding the ark. And we are in 6 days straight. 6 days straight, we got something for you. Wait till that 7th day. Read on.
Texas.
Wait for that 7th day. Right?
God, so lock in. Verse 11. So the ark of Yahweh compassed the city, going about it once, and they came into the camp and lodged in the camp. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and the priests took up the ark of Yahweh.
Hey, Joshua couldn't wait. Every morning he up early. Let's ride. Let's do it. Let's go. Right? That's the spirit we got to be in. You can't be at 2:45. You supposed to be at camp at 3. Now you just getting dressed. See, you don't have the spirit of Joshua. It's a feast day, blowing of the trumpets, or Tabernacles, a day of atonement, and you getting last minute prepping. You won't got the spirit of Joshua. Joshua was ready to take over now, early in the morning. We gotta have the same spirit. Being ready to get out of this kingdom now. That means you got to be doing the things now to get there.
That's right.
Right? Because I guarantee you, if Yahweh I say, all right, hey, 7 days, we're going to destroy this place. Ain't no Israelite going to be asleep. If you knew the time of hour. In 7 days, all you brothers that's been serving the Most High God, whether it's been on YouTube, in the streets, or you've been at home teaching your family, you women, y'all going to stay back, and y'all going to watch this thing fall. And with the children, and the men are going to go out and do this thing. Brothers would not sleep. Brothers ain't worrying about no Instagram, no Facebook, nothing. All you worrying about is I can't wait. You got to have the same spirit when it's time to do the work of the Lord. Better yet, when it's time to do your office as a brother in an organization. You sisters as well. Sisters, y'all have offices. Aharon read a plethora of scriptures about sisters, right? Y'all have offices, whether you making garments, whether you cooking food, whether you a decorator, whether you encouraging and sending emails, whether you giving arms, whatever you doing, you got to be like Joshua, man, rising up early, ready to go. That's like the first day of school. You got your outfit. You ain't never iron your boxes ever. That what Asher Allah was doing. His brother ironing his boxes and his socks. You definitely ironing your socks. Okay, well, I know some brothers in the chat was ironing their socks for sure. You ready to go. Some brothers going to sleep in their new school outfit. You got the new J's, the forces, right? You got to have that same spirit. You got to be ready to go in this thing, man.
Salaki, I got a precept for being one body under many offices.
Bring it out.
Romans 12:4.
See, Malachi, he used to iron his socks for sure. See, he said, LOL. Malachi used to iron his socks. Bring it out.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 4, and it reads, For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office.
Break it down.
So what that meaning is, Israel, when that time comes, don't worry about what specific job you have. Do your part. Like the other one was bringing out sisters, if it's cooking, if it's preparing, getting the children in order. Brothers, you already know what time it is for us, so we don't need to really get into that. But just everybody has an office, accept it with sincerity and truth, and be prepared for what's coming.
Your office could be, okay, the brothers done leave out and blew the trumpet. You got to clean it. And you better make sure that thing's sparkling. You better make sure it's shining, right? Take pride in your office, man. Take pride in your office, right? Hey, the brother said, I went to sleep in my first pair of J's. And he had Team Jordans. He ain't have no retro.
He
went to sleep with some Team. Right? He went to sleep in some Team Jordans.
Salaki, I will say everything was pressed out and laid on the bed the night before.
I already know. Me too.
I will say that.
I was the brother in high school. I wear all white every first day of school. That was me. All white. Every day. Somebody said, that's my it shows discipline and care for your work to iron your socks. Yeah, that's crazy. He said I was in pre-K. That's funny. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get back to Joshua. A little fighter, but let's get back into it because this is serious, man. We're talking about conquering a nation. The scriptures say, go to the, let's get that real quick. Romans 15:4. The things are written aforetime, right? Romans 15:4.
Go ahead. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, beginning at verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
See, and this is our hope, that how Jericho's, how we about to see it's gonna fall, we see Babylon fall the same way. That's our hope. All right, let's keep going. Joshua.
Come, verse 11. So the ark of Yahweh compassed the city, going about it once, and they came into the camp and lodged in the camp. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and the priests took up the ark of Yahweh. And 7 priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram's horn before the ark of Yahweh went on continually and blew with trumpets. And the armed men went before them, but the reward came after the ark of Yahweh.
That word came up twice. What is the reward? Who knows what that means? In the chat, what is the reward? Right? Who knows what that means in the chat? Because that's not, brothers got to get out of this spirit, especially the brothers that's prospecting, which should be all watching this. Do not read past a word and don't know what it means, and you don't look that word up. Don't do that. Sisters as well. Don't you see a word you never heard it before? You forgot what it means. You may have looked it up before and you forgot. Go look it up again. If you got to write it down in your Bible, reward equals. Put a one word. Get the synonym for it. Right. So what does that word mean? Reward. Right. So the land, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because read that scripture one more time. Read that part of the reward.
Con. Still in verse 13.
Yep.
And the armed men went before them, but the reward came after the ark of Yahweh.
So what is that reward that came? I like how this brother put it. Hey, I like that brothers is trying too. Right, to be rewarded again, not necessarily. Because that would it sound like the reward. I'm going to be rewarded again. Nope. I like how I put it though. Jeremiah, the rear guard, right? The rear ward, right? The rear. There you go. Area got it too, right? So it's just the rest of the army came behind them. To make it very simple, the rest of the army came behind them. That's right. So the trumpet went out first, and then the brothers was ready right behind them. The rear guard, right? All praises. All praises, right? Brothers is on point. Sisters on point. All right, keep going.
Con. But the reward came after the ark of Yahweh, the priests going on and blowing with the trumpets. And the second day they compassed the city once and returned into the camps. So they did 6 days. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they rose early about the dawning of the day.
Hey, what day was this now up?
The 7th day.
Now the 7th day, everybody up. At the dawn, let's ride. It's time to rock and roll.
That's right.
Hey, what Dion said, hey, play my theme music. Play my theme music. It's time to get out there, man. Play my theme music, man. It's time to turn up on Jericho real quick. Right? And then I want brothers to think too, like obviously we ain't questioning Yahweh, but what was the significance? Obviously, we know 7 is the number of completion, right? That's a holy number, basically, right? But what's that significance of taking the Ark of the Covenant, blowing a trumpet around Jericho, their walls 7 times? What is that significance? You gotta that's what I was thinking. Like, what magnetic force, right, does the Ark of the Covenant have possibly? Because we know certain people couldn't even touch it. Right, it would give you roids. Remember, the Philistines tried to touch it. Right, they had it, and it was giving them roids. Right, hemorrhoids, basically. Right. So, what magnetic spiritual force does the Ark of the Covenant have that if you walk it around something a few times, obviously with the president of Yahweh and the captain of the host there, what is that energy there? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something to think about, because we know the spirit of the Lord dwells between where? Right, between the 2 cherubims and the mercy seat, right? So and then the unity behind brothers, everybody in one accord. That's a powerful spirit moving on. So that goes to show also too, like the spirit of unity, how powerful it is. Not being buddies, but shalom, 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 bye. That's it, right? That's the spirit of unity, right? Let's keep going.
Verse 15. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they arose early about the dawning of the day and compassed the city after the same manner 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
Only on that day they compassed the city 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew with the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, shout, for Yahweh hath given you the city.
Hey, that's heavy. Hey, let's give Most High a round of applause, man. The Most High said, shout. Hey, and you can only imagine the brothers probably went crazy.
Come on.
You never know. Like, brothers go,
they
probably want to sing Bashimash like Yahawashi, but that's what we're going to be saying. Lord willing, we are that number, right? That would be Bashimash like Yahawashi. Right? Brothers was going crazy, man. Right? Read on.
And the city shall be accursed, even it and all that are therein, to Yahweh. Only Rahab the harlot shall live.
Wait a minute. Y'all got y'all city, but a heathen was saved. Y'all got y'all city, but y'all saved a heathen. God. The heathen can be saved. The heathen can be saved. Right? Is that what that's teaching? No. If you go back in Joshua, like Joshua 2 and 3, you'll see why Rahab was able to be saved out of that.
That's right.
Right? She was able to be saved because she did what? She went against her whole city.
Mm-hmm.
But the Most High set it up that way. Right? Because the scriptures say, those that won't serve you shall utterly perish. But there needs to be servants and handmaids too. Right? What does it say? Why do you guys read the scriptures of failure of other nations but refuse to read things like... We read everything. I don't know what you're talking about. We read Jeremiah, Isaiah. We read it all. Right? But this doesn't save the heathen. Right? She was able to escape because she did what? She served Israel.
That's right.
So if you serve, you good. But if you don't, you're going to utterly perish. So, hey, even when you read the agreement that we made with her, if she would have went against it, we would have killed her and her whole family. If she would have went against it. Right? So she helped us out. Hey, okay, you stay over there. We won't get your family, get all your loved ones, because if they're not in this house with you, you're gonna die. They're gonna die. And that's not on us because we told you already. We're coming to take this thing over. Right? So y'all gotta go read that account. She helped Israel. Keep going.
And you know what? It's always somebody capping for the other nations, man.
Come on.
So don't make no sense.
Never fails.
You have to.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 6, still at verse 17. And the city shall be accursed, even it, and all that are therein.
Now, I want y'all to remember that saying, and all that's therein shall be accursed too.
That's right.
Right? Read on.
Only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that were sent.
Does this say Rahab is gonna have a part in Israel? Does she have a specific portion? No, she just gets to live because she helped out.
That's right.
Matter of fact, she better had or she was gonna die. So it's either they're gonna take over this place. I know the Lord is with them. Forget all these people. Forget all my people, my friends, and all of them. I'm gonna be with y'all now. Khan, you sure? Yes? Khan. There you go. Get out of one's precept. I don't want on the point. I don't want precept. The water.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 12 and verse 3, and it reads, "And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee all families of the earth be blessed."
So there's the prophecy fulfilled. This is how the families of the earth can be blessed. Because if they blessed us, they shall be blessed. Go to Genesis 22 and 17. I got that written down. Let me see what that says. All right. Excellent precept, by the way. Yep, 17.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 17, and it reads, "That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven."
So he's gonna, and this is talking to Isaac, right? Read on.
"And as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies."
And what?
And this Salakia, "and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies."
Prophecy fulfilled again. Joshua is taking down Jericho, and all the Canaanite nations were possessing the land of our enemies. Read on.
Verse 18, "And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice."
Well, it's the same thing. So the nations of the earth will be blessed through us. So she's blessed because she did what? Blessed Israel. She looked out for us. Great precept, by the way. On the spot, man. On the spot. All right. This is a good point. I don't know why he said that, but I thought about this too. "But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. In the holy city shall they tread upon the feet 40 years." That's a good. I don't know why he said that, because it almost seemed like he was scoffing earlier. But that's a good point too, because hey, the city that's without, that's going to be left for the Gentiles. The Gentiles that do what? Want to be for our side.
That's right. Do what Rahab did.
Do what Rahab did, or die. Period. All right. Let's keep going in Joshua.
Salaki. Verse 18.
I believe you left. Come on.
"And ye in any wise keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves a curse, when ye take of the accursed thing, and make the camp of Israel a curse, and trouble it.
Yep.
But all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto the Lord."
So all of that in that city, hey, we're going to give it to the Lord. That's for the Lord. So we're going to probably build up some temple with it. We're going to make something for the Lord. We're going to consecrate it to the Lord. Read on.
they shall come into the treasure, Salakia. But all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto Yahweh. They shall come into the treasury of the Lord.
Come on.
So the people shouted when the priest blew with the trumpets. And it came to pass when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down flat.
Hey, the wall fell. It's over with now. That wall is set to protect you. Now we about to invade now. Your wall has fell. We about to invade your city. Right? All praises to the Lord. Read on.
So that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and they took the city.
We took the city. So now let's get it again. Let's get it. Let's get where we are. All right. Jericho. I think this is one of the first cities we took. This is why this is a heavy lesson. This is one of the first. I mean, obviously we had this, but on the west side, Jordan, this is one of the first cities we took. It was Jericho. We went in, they had walls, and we went around that thing 7 times on the 7th day. And that thing fell to the ground. Right? That thing fell to the ground, went in that city, and it was over with. All right, let's keep going on.
Verse 21. And they utterly destroyed all that was in the city, both man and woman, young and old, and ox and sheep and ass, with the edge of the sword.
Everything got it. Read on. Then, hey, didn't spare nothing. And that's right. It says that's what Saul was supposed to do.
That's right.
Didn't spare nothing. Right?
Verse 22. But Joshua said unto the 2 men that had spied out the country, go into the harlot's house and bring out thence the woman and all that she hath, as ye swear unto her. And the young men that were spies went in and brought out Rahab and her father and her mother and her brethren and all that she had. And they brought out all her kindred and left them without the camp of Israel.
Hey, that's the same thing that the brother Moses put this right here, right? Without the holy city, you're not inside of it, so you're without the camp.
That's right.
So you there, but you're without. You're not one of us, right? Read on.
And they burnt
Moses. Go ahead.
And they burnt the city with fire, and all that was therein, only the silver and the gold and the vessels of brass and of iron they put into the treasury of the house of Yahweh.
And then we burnt the city, man.
That's right.
We burnt the city. So that's why when you read the destruction of Babylon the Great, hey, that's it. That smoke is gonna go for how long, man?
That's right.
Right. So this thing gotta be burned. Hey, them nuclear bombs, right? It gotta go down here. It has to go down here first, man. For the wickedness, it has what? It said reach the heavens. Right. So this city gotta fall too, like the walls of Jericho. Come on.
And Joshua saved Rahab the harlot alive, and her father's household, and all that she had. And she dwelleth in Israel even unto this day.
Come on.
Because she hid the messengers, which Joshua sent out to spy out Jericho.
Blessed are they that bless ye, and cursed are they that curse thee. Come on.
Right. And Joshua adjured them at that time, saying, cursed be the man before Yahweh that riseth up and buildeth this city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and in his youngest son shall he set up the gates of it.
That's a heavy sin too. You can't even build Jericho up. If you do, your youngest son and your firstborn is going to be the foundation of it. I mean, they're going to die. They're going to die. That's what he's trying to tell you. That's a mighty way to say it. Your son is going to be the foundation of this place. If you play with this place, your firstborn and your youngest will be the foundation. That's how you're going to start building with it. That's heavy, man. That's cold. Read on.
So Yahweh was with Joshua, and his fame was noised throughout all the country.
Right, so that's the story of the destruction of Jericho, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the story right there. Y'all, we got to go back and read these things, man. Then you read chapter 7, right? You see Achan, he winning took some accursed things. And the Most High, I'll give y'all a hint or a little nitbit, right? So y'all can go on and read it. Chapter 7, Achan was found with some of the accursed things, and they burned his whole family.
That's right.
Burned, right? So y'all, we gotta be obedient to the Lord, man. Gotta be obedient to the Lord. But that's the destruction of Jericho, man. But wait a minute. There's a greater destruction coming. Give me Revelations 18. There's a greater destruction coming.
That's right.
This is a good question. According to the class, they said, "Why do you think God had them march around the city 7 times more than previously, expanding much more of their strength before the order?" It doesn't really say, but we know that 7 is the number of completion. So it probably really had nothing to do with their strength, because the Lord was going to be with them already, right? You good eye. The Lord was already going to be with them. And don't forget, the captain of the host is with them as well, right? So it probably had nothing to do with their strength. And if you think about it, right, if you're about to take down a nation and you know the Most High is with you, you're not worrying about no strength.
Mm-hmm.
You're not worried about being tired, right? You're not worried about none of that, right? So, but to be fair, it doesn't necessarily say, right? But we do know that the number of 7 is completion. So it probably had to do with something like we was talking about, the energy or the spiritual effect that it had, the trumpets being blown, all of that, and then that ground and falling, right? Or they probably had a weak foundation, right? And then they walked around it each time marching, and it was probably altering the foundation. And then that 7th time, then you blow the trumpet, and they shaking the foundation thereof, and it could have fallen. You know, that's how we would speculate. Right? That's Israelite speculation, the frequency, yeah. Right. Is there a precept to plainly show that? No, not necessarily, but we see 7 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We see certain 7, 12, 3. These numbers that we see, we know those are kind of like the lowest number in a way, right? A just man falleth 7 times, right? It's just a couple precepts out there. That was a good question. Sharks don't do that, mate. All right, let's read that. Revelation 18.
Let me start at verse 3 out of 1.
Start at the top.
Oh, come. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, starting in verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Mm-hmm.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
Hey, what? Hey, what it say, Hot?
Babylon the Great is fallen.
And that's probably what we're going to be chanting in that day, man. Babylon the Great is fallen, right? The walls of Jericho have fallen. Same concept. Yahweh is going to save us out of this. Right? Read on.
Is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
And that's heavy too, because it's still showing there's unclean things in the last days. Right? Read on.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Every nation want to be in with America. Right? In this so-called melting pot. Bag of Skittles. Right? Come here and do what you want. Dress how you want. Act how you want. Right? All have mixed with their fornication. For the greed of money, this place, man. Read on.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right. And of her delicacies, man, the other nations are waxed rich, man. I just went to Jamaica, right? $1 American dollar was 150 Jamaican dollars. That means their money is worthless, man. They love America's money. You go to other third world countries, they love America's money, their delicacies, right? Every day, all trying to get their green card or work visa to come over here, man. because the delicacies of America. But don't get it twisted. They're oppressed. We think we getting oppressed. They getting oppressed over there in them other countries, man. Right? I think I was talking to one brother. He said that $1 American dollar is 150 Jamaican dollars, but they only get paid about $3 American dollars an hour. That ain't nothing. Right? That's nothing.
Yeah.
But look at all the tourism in Jamaica, in Bahamas, in Puerto Rico, in Haiti, in Dominican Republic, right? In Mexico. And you only getting paid $3. Can you imagine you going to a job and they talking about, I'm gonna pay you $3 American dollars an hour? Y'all don't want that, right? But that's why everybody wants the delicacy of America. All right, keep going on.
Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Hey, that's heavy. Come out. We got to come out of this place. We got to come out of the mindset of, hey, this place I love this place. It's going to last forever. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy the things here. But no, this place is finished, man. Its number is already called. Just how Jericho's number was called before it fell, Babylon's number is called before it falls. Read on.
That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Because she has plagues coming. Right? Nuclear destruction is coming to this place. Brimstone and hellfire. Hailstorm. You ever seen a hailstorm? Right? Big as this. You got some hell big as this, like a basketball falling out of the sky, man. All right? Keep going up.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
It said the sins of this place have reached to heaven, and God has remembered her. So she got a drink of that cup. She got a drink of that cup. Read on that.
Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
You got to get double portion, man. See, we can't even fathom that. How do we give America double portion? Because they did some wicked stuff. They did some horrible things. I'm talking about not just America, the Spaniards, right? All the Caucasian races, the Portuguese, the British, the French, right? All these, the Germans, the Dutch, right? They are the plagues of this earth. And the Bible says we got to reward them double. They're going to get a double portion for what they did to us. Read on.
And the cup which she had filled to her double.
And we're going to fill her cup double. Come on.
Verse 7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Doesn't she live deliciously? They just found cocaine in the White House, crack, whatever they found. Hey, it's brushed under the rug. Right? A brother just said on the class what he said about the NFL coach.
He said Salaki. He said he didn't. Go ahead, I don't want.
No, go ahead, bring it out.
He said he heard that I can't remember which coach. I think it was for the Bills, or maybe one of somebody in management, or one of their presidents or general managers. It might have been the coach that mentioned that he didn't care about black folks. We should be grateful that we have a position in the NFL and be satisfied with that. Basically, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, they don't care about us, man. They never have and they never will. The only time they care about you is when they need you. That's the only time, is when you're needed. So we got to get in that mindset of come out of her, my people. This land is not your rest. This thing got to get blown to the ground, man. Where's the scripture where it says in 1 hour? 1 hour. You know what I said? It might be in here. If we keep going. I think it is here. Yeah, verse 10. Yahawashi, give me Daniel 7:18.
Oh, that one.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 10, and it reads, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying,
and she got to get tormented, man. She got to get tormented. It said, alas, what?
Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Hey, in 1 hour, your judgment is going to come, America. In 1 hour, that judgment is going to come. Right? Hey, shout out to Sister Tem. Hey, my sis Temu, new member in the building. Shalom, sis.
Hey, shalom, shalom, sis. Shalom.
Temu, man, mighty sister, man. Much love to my sis. Right? Much love. But that's a heavy statement. In 1 hour, that judgment is going to come. In 1 hour. And then the scriptures go to Daniel 7 and 18. After that judgment, what we doing?
Count out one. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, beginning at verse 18. Mm-hmm. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
That's what we're going to do. Like, that's why we want this place to fall. So the saints, we are the saints of the Most High. We can take the kingdom. Read on.
Come. And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
See, that's our plan. That's what we want. That's what we're doing this truth for, to possess the kingdom forever and ever, man. Right? We don't want to have the city like Jericho fell, and then there was a split, and then we fell as a nation and went into the Assyrian and Babylonian captivities, man. We don't want that. We want this everlasting life, man. Right? Well, we got Daniel the archangel, Uriel, right? Gabriel, right? Raphael fighting for us with the host of heaven. Yahawashi, right? Garment dipped in blood. This is what we're looking for, man. The destruction and the fall of Babylon the Great.
Salaki.
Go ahead, King.
Precept.
Bring it out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137, beginning at verse 7.
That's right.
Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Mm-hmm. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
That's right. Hey, that sounds personal to me. That's personal, man. That's personal. Like, that's got to happen. After we get the glorified bodies, it's permanent. That's right, Cap said that thing is it's forever and ever. That's what we enduring for. Right? Hey, brothers got precepts in the chat, right? Read that. Lamentations 4 and 21. To say the scripture says she's gonna be made naked, man. Her skirt is gonna be uncovered. Same thing. It's the same thing with Jericho. Their skirt, there was a mighty city with men of valor, and their skirt was uncovered when that wall fell. Right? What is the defense of America? Their military might, that dollar, right? When that fails, it's over with for them. It's over with. Read that out.
God. It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21, and it reads, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. Mm-hmm. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
See, the cup got to pass through unto you. Come on.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
And you're going to make yourself naked because your sins have reached the heavens, man.
That's right.
Right? Your sins have reached the heavens. Right? So that's the lesson for the Bar4Bar, the destruction of Jericho, man. We got to be reading. The purpose of this lesson was for brothers to go back and sisters to go back and read. You haven't read the book of Joshua, you got to read it. Hey, 6 chapters, 4 chapters every other day. You just finish it. It's only 24 chapters. That's not much. You could do that in 4 Sabbaths. Right? 4 Sabbaths, you read 6 chapters, you done. That's a month. Right? Or you read 6 chapters a day, you done in 4 days.
Salaki.
Go ahead, Ak.
So even to the brother Moses, that's capping for all the other nations.
Of course.
These brothers, they weren't mourning the people that they burned in that city.
No, they were not.
So the same way we gonna be happy when we bash their children against the stone, you supposed to be happy when you see your brother bash their babies against the stone. Come on, let's jump to the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and read verse 16.
Yep. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 13 verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
So their children gonna be dashed to pieces right in front of them, and you're gonna be happy about it. We're gonna be saying all praise to the Most High. Asha, you can give me the book of Psalms chapter 148.
Bring it out.
And start at verse 6. Go ahead and finish that out.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
So we're not going to have mercy on the nations that have part in our destruction. We're not. It's not going to be brothers and sisters crying about this. Man, this is the reward of the wicked.
Yeah,
that's going to be executed by the Most High through his people Israel. Go ahead and bring that out. And this is a song that our brothers and sisters can sing during this time. And while we wait, while we're patiently waiting for the destruction of Babylon, I can sing this song.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and read it.
This is Psalm 148 and 6, and it reads, He hath also established them forever and ever.
Salakia, 149 verse 6.
Salakia. This is Psalms 149 and 6, and it reads, Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand.
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
Two-edged, Salakia. Two-edged sword, Salakia. Verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
So we're going to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people. Keep reading.
Verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
No, we're going to sit down and have a picnic with Brother Moses. No, we're going to be binding their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
This is what the Israelites want to do. They don't want to be in captivity with they don't want to be hanging out with the oppressor. For what? Why would I hang out with you and I got my own land?
That's right.
No, I don't want to be chilling with you. We equal rank, equal authority. No, that's not what the Israelites ever wanted, and they don't want that.
That's right.
Even in the book of Acts, he said, what? When are you going to restore the kingdom of Israel back unto us? Not to everybody. Because they already knew the prophecies. Keep going, Art. Good point.
Verse 9, to execute upon them the judgment written.
To do what?
Execute upon them the judgment written.
Hey, this judgment is signed, sealed, and delivered to the heathen nations. Everyone that had a part in our destruction. Yo, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap. Keep reading.
This honor have all his saints.
This honor have all the people of the Most High.
That's right.
Everybody that's striving to keep these commandments, these statutes, trying to live upright, walk upright before the Most High, keeping the Feast of Tabernacles, keeping the Sabbath. Man, we're striving every day. This is the honor that we're going to have. We're not going to be capping for the other nations.
No.
Vengeance is coming.
That's it.
Man, and you can believe it because it's stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered by the Most High.
That's it.
All praises.
All praise. And who is it coming by? Ezekiel 25. Who that vengeance got to come by, right? See, these are scriptures they really don't want us to ever get into.
That's right.
They don't really want us. They don't like us getting into these kind of scriptures, but it say what it say. Like I didn't write it. Like you can't make this stuff up.
That's right.
Right.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, beginning at verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Is that what it say? So Israel is gonna lay vengeance upon Edom.
That's right.
Thus saith the Lord. Read on.
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury.
So if his anger is bash the baby's head against the stone, that's what we're gonna do.
That's right.
Because that's what it say. Read on.
And they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh power.
And then everyone's gonna know their vengeance. So now, how Joshua's name was ringing in the city, we're gonna have Yahawashi's name ringing in the city, man.
That's right.
He coming with a great army, them Israelites, them Black, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered abroad in the four quarters of the earth. He coming with them. Yahawashi, he's coming with them, right? So that's the Bar4Bar, man, the destruction of Jericho, man. A Shar Shabbat, man. I pray everybody was edified. We'll definitely be back next week for another lesson of the Bar4Bar. Make sure you stay tuned to the rest of our classes. Tuesday, Thursday. Hey, Thursday, make sure you get on that C4N.
That's right.
C4N, right? Got to get on that Truth Tuesday as well, where the truth comes out, right? Obviously, the Friday night Sabbath class, you got to be on there. You got to be on a Friday night Sabbath class where the Adawan is just breaking it down in the spirit with the Akim. And then, hey, Saturday, you go to camp. Go to camp, right? And if you want to join Sons of Thunder as a brother, make sure you send the email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. Make sure you become a member of our YouTube. And also, if you want to come to Tabernacles, RSVP in the subject, Feast of Tabernacles, the city that you're planning to attend, and then in the email, put how many people are in your party. Right. Also, we got Day of Atonement coming up, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. So make sure you being preparing for that throughout the week. Make sure you're getting a lot of water in, organic fruit juices in to stay hydrated. Right. Don't be trying to eat a whole bunch of food. So, Day of Atonement, I'm not going to be hungry. It don't work like that. You'll have a crazy stomach ache, man.
That's right.
Like the elder said, man, find a book in Day of Atonement and read it. Read the whole book, man. I'm thinking about Sirach, man. I might go through Sirach and try to get as much as I can done. Obviously, we might do a 12-hour or 24-hour lesson, how we used to do in the previous Day of Atonement. So make sure you be looking out for that. We'll probably go live that Sunday at even and do the whole Day of Atonement, man. All right. So with that, I'm Captain Yaiquad.
Soldier Nakawasha.
Soldier Shoreline.
Hey, we are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
All praise to the
Shalom.
Lord.
Shalom.
Shalom.